Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping and wholesaling houses in New York, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. Somebody's calling me. Okay. So I got this question yesterday from a guy named Brandon. Brandon says, how do you get into wholesaling if you don't have any money? So let's talk about what money you need, where you can get that money from, what money you will need, what money you don't need, right? So Brandon's been watching my videos in New York, and in New York, I'm telling you about all these crazy things that go on here with attorneys and all these things. So first of all, you need to understand, attorneys should not be getting paid unless and until the deal closes. You don't have to pay an attorney fee. If any attorney asks you for money up front, you should not use that attorney, right? An attorney should be willing to take the chance that the deal may not close and not get paid on it. So now let's talk about contrast between New York and everywhere else, right? There's New York is one planet and all the 49 states are the other planet. In New York, you need an attorney, but you don't have to pay him until the closing. What you do need is the EMD, the earnest money deposit, which is significantly larger than in other parts of the country. In other parts of the country, it's usually a nominal fee. I know some parts of California where it's a big deal, they ask for 1%. In New York, they're going to ask for 10%. So you need to negotiate that down to a manageable amount, but it's probably not going to be nothing. So what do you do in New York if you have a deal and you don't have the EMD? And the answer is staring right in your face. The answer is to partner up with somebody like me, or me, somebody like me, who will put up the EMD for you, will split the profits with you. And listen, so I have a lot of JV deals where people bring me deals. They bring me a seller. Seller wants to sell. Seller's given a price indication that makes sense. And I say, okay, if we can buy this house for $300,000, for example, it's a deal. Guy gets a deal. I'll negotiate it. I'll talk to the seller. I'll even go on the initial appointment with them if they have if it seems like a good appointment. I'll put up the EMD. I will go and buy the property. I will go into contract on the property. I'll find a buyer. I have my own buyers list. And we'll wholesale it and we'll split it. If I have to close on it, which happens sometimes, then it's 60-40 split in my favor. That's the basics of it. I may change this over time because I've been giving out a ton of money on these things and I'm doing a lot of the work. And sometimes the deals don't close, even if I think they will. So that's how it works in New York. The answer really is how to do this is to partner up with somebody like me until you do a couple of deals and you have some money. I have a student who started recently. I've given him checks for 35, close to $70,000. Now he can give his own EMD if he doesn't want to work with me. It's fine. It's up to him. Now in other parts of the country, you really don't need much of an EMD at all. Some parts of the country you don't need any EMD. Some parts of the country you have to give a nominal fee, $100, $50, and the check doesn't even have to be deposited for the contract to be valid. In New York, if the funds don't clear, the contract is not considered a valid. So things are very, very different in New York. But what people get scared of when I talk about closing costs is they somehow think that these things have to be paid up front. You don't have to pay anything up front except the EMD that's the earnest money deposit that you're giving with the contract to the seller's attorney. And that's it. Your attorney doesn't get paid. Title company doesn't get paid. Nobody gets paid if the deal doesn't close. Everybody wants the deal to close. All of our interests are aligned. We all want the deals to close, because we don't get paid if not. I remember my friend's uncle is an attorney for a very big firm. They were doing a deal with Goldman Sachs, and huge deal was supposed to close. I don't know. They were buying, a huge portfolio of apartment buildings. And the guy's like, we worked on this for 4 years. If the deal isn't closed tonight, it's not going to close, and nobody's going to get paid for that time. That's crazy. It's not that severe. Then the legal fee was in the millions. But you've got to understand, everybody gets paid at the closing. So you don't have to lay out any funds, right? I shouldn't say any funds, okay? If you need to take pictures of the property to be sure, you may have to pay, $50 to BPO photo flow. I have laid out money. If you're borrowing money, the lender may ask you to put up an application fee. You may have to pay for an appraisal, $500, $700. But these are nominal fees. Most of the funds only get paid if and when the deal closes. So, but the real answer to how you do these deals with no money when you're starting is to partner up with somebody like me. I promise you, if you bring me a deal and it's a good deal, you will have no problem getting money for it. No problem, right? This is the thing that I see all the time with beginners. Sorry, hit the mic. I see this all the time. I see people going, I'm spending my time. Let me put the mic down. I'm spending my time getting my funding together. I'm spending my time building a buyer's list. I'm spending my time on business cards. I'm spending my time on... The only things you should be doing when you're starting are learning, right? And learning from somebody, if you want to operate in New York, something doing in New York, and I think you're looking at the only person who teaches it, and marketing. That's it. All the things that people are afraid of, right? They're afraid I'm not going to be able to find a buyer. They're afraid I'm not going to be able to get funding for it. Or I'm going to do all this work. I'm going to get a deal and this happen. I promise you, money, buyers, attorneys, title companies, all these things will easily find their way to a good deal. The whole business, the whole enchilada is talking to sellers and locking up deals at discount. That's it. If you told me I can do that at will, I will tell you, you will be a very rich person and you will never be broke the rest of your life. If you tell me I can find buyers, I'll tell you maybe you can sell that buyers list to people. Maybe you'll have a business, maybe you won't. You tell me I can get funding, maybe you'll have a business, maybe you won't. Money is good, right? I was in the mortgage business for 17 years. You're selling money, everybody wants it. But that doesn't guarantee you'll be successful in this business. The only thing that guarantees you'll be successful in this business if you can find a deal, if you can find sellers who are willing to sell at enough of a discount that an investor can make money. That's it, right? When I first heard about reverse wholesaling, I was so enthralled by it. Oh my God, it's genius. I'm going to call these buyers. They're going to tell me what they want. I'm going to go find them what they want. And I know exactly what I can pay. And I'm going to make millions. It doesn't work in New York. Okay, it can work in Phoenix, Dallas, Vegas. It works in areas where all the inventory is homogenous. Everything's built after 1980. Yeah, just send me 3-2 ranches, built after 1980. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do that in a lot of parts of the country. I have buyers who have bought dozens of houses from me, and I promise you, if you or I call them and say, "What are you looking for?" they're going to give the same answer, and that is anything I can make money on. In New York, our inventory is so diverse. I think I'm going to either buy or list a property that was built in the 1800s, right, in Rockville Center shortly. And I bought properties built in the late 1800s. I bought properties built in 2020, in 2010. I mean, our inventory is diverse. We're super incredibly densely populated here, much more than most parts of the country. And people do not want to be locked down, right? They don't want to say, "Oh, I want a 3-2 ranch," because I'll give you an example. Like I used to think like that, right? I used to think, well, I'm not going to buy any property less than 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, because I would never move into a property with less than 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I was an idiot, right? I probably gave up hundreds of thousands of dollars, not $1 million of deals that I should have bought. And finally, when I realized that a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house is fine anywhere if you can comp it out and get a value for it. And then I did that. I remember I did my first one in Huntington Station. I did great on it. And I'm like, why the hell did I stay away from these properties my whole life? So our area is so diverse, and there's so many houses within an hour's drive of anyone here. You're not going to get that magic, I want properties that fit this criteria from buyers. And the truth is, you don't need to, because if you get a deal, there will never be a problem getting a buyer if it's a deal, right? People tell me afterwards, "Oh, I had this deal and I couldn't find a buyer." 99 out of 100 times, it wasn't a deal, right? 1 out of 100, you just didn't know how to find the buyers. But it's so easy today. You literally can post it on MLS if you want, or flat fee listing if you're not licensed. It's so easy to find buyers. So many people are clamoring for deals everywhere. The whole business is getting the deals, getting sellers to sign a contract with you at enough of a discount that you can make money on it. That is the business. So it's easy to do this business even with no money, because you can partner up with me or somebody like me. I'm happy to JV. I've done a bunch of JV deals. I'm looking at the last deals I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 JV deals in the past, 4 months. I'm doing plenty of JV deals. I'm happy to JV a deal with you if you have a deal. But don't call me if you haven't spoken to the seller. I don't like that. Don't call me about a deal that's listed for sale. Don't call me about a deal that you saw next to your house. Call me once you've spoken to the seller. The seller wants to sell. There's some severe motivation. Try and get a price expectation. I'm happy to speak to you. My number's on there. It's 516-209-2010. You can call me with any questions you have, but don't call me with a deal unless it's possibly a deal. I didn't even give my final pitch. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help my SEO, my search engine optimization. More people have been seeing my videos lately. I'm very happy. And please keep the comments coming. You can ask any question. It doesn't have to be about the video you're watching. It can be about anything. If it's a simple answer, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's something I've handled before, somebody I just saw a comment I got to respond to that I've handled 100 times, I'm gonna send links to a few videos on it. If something new, I'll do a new video on it. So thank you very, very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.